to Occasionally Posh, where we enjoy life, laughs, and shenanigans. I'm your girl, Chastity B.
And I'm Sunshine. Welcome.
Welcome. Today, we are joined by a very special guest. Her name is Miss Whitney. Say hi.
Hi. Hello.
We're going to discuss Miss Whitney later. But first, we're going to start with foreplay.
So I can go first if you want me to. I always make you
Go
go.
ahead. Oh,
So my question is, would you rather have sex to the same song every day or never have sex with music on?
what is this? Sometimes I like music, but I don't want to hear the same song every day. You know what? I'm going to say sex with no music because I could just sing the song in my head.
Oh, I was about to say, if you say it out loud, it's gonna go wheel.
Like,
You just soft.
wait, no, come back. We love you.
Man. I mean, old me would probably say just go ahead and have it to the same song because I mean, once it played one time, then you go about your business. But new me, shoot, uh, I'm married and I got kids, so right now you just get in where you fit in. So you ain't really thinking about no song list right now. Thinking about no playlist. You just glad to have some time, okay?
Come on. While I'm about to put these clothes in this dryer, I'm about to bend over. You go ahead and
Right.
real quick.
Go to this dry music. That's it, okay?
Like Drake said, the things you can do in 20 minutes. That's my motto.
Right.
That's right.
What about
How
you,
about
Whitney?
you?
Which one?
I don't. I'd have to say no music because I feel like if you kept listening to the same song over and over, he'd just get tired of it, and that anything that messes up their rhythm,
Right.
that it's just gone. The moment's gone. So I'm gonna say no music because sometimes it'd be a rough time getting it in, anyways.
Right. Do y'all really think men care about music? Or do they just do music for us?
No, I think some of them do. So
It
I think it
depends on the
depends.
type of man.
Right.
Like that's what I've learned is like different. You can pinpoint what a man likes based off the type of man they are.
Right.
Yep.
All right, Cass, what's your question?
Stevie. It's too loud. Okay. I had one, but now I'm gonna switch it up. Would you rather shop for a dildo or shop for lingerie?
Probably lingerie, I
Well,
guess.
I ain't gonna say dildo. Sex toys. It could
Right,
be.
right, right,
Yeah.
right. I usually partake in shopping for those online. They come in them privacy boxes. We do that in a store. So I picked the lingerie. Even though I don't really do lingerie like a lot of people do. It's hard to find lingerie for my body type that's comfortable, that don't make you look. I got a lot of boobs, okay?
I was gonna say them big old
Ain't much
business.
lingerie that fit these things.
Hey, look, I covered these really well, but these things got their own zip code.
And mine got its
Mine
own
too.
continent.
Mine do too.
And you get lingerie, and then it's like all the way
Honey,
down here when it's supposed to be all the way up there.
people were so nice. They got me all this pretty lingerie for my wedding, and I could probably wear two items.
Yeah.
Especially they kind of got the cups built in. It was just covering the nipples. It was
And then they come with wire. Like you're supposed to.
right.
Look, I'd rather shop for sex toys any day because it's like shopping for lingerie is like shopping for bras. You got to go in there, you got to try it on, and no, thank you.
Which is a little weird for me for people to be trying it on all these.
Right, be putting the coochie everywhere.
Right.
Like I think it's disgusting that you can try on underwear or bathing suits, especially like bathing suits, as long as you have on underwear. But that still, it doesn't sit right with my spirit.
Right.
And
But
then
at the
they
same
put the
time,
little
my bathing
tape.
suits are different. Right, that little piece of strip, like it's gonna
Right,
do
like that's
something.
gonna stop somebody.
Like, here's the tape, but here's somebody's vagina. Like, sir, ma'am, that's not gonna work.
Either a man came up with that tape or some dry. Never mind. Go ahead, Chasey. What's your choice? Somebody with some
Mine, right. Sex toys. I don't like shopping for lingerie. It's hard. I got little boobs and a big ass. It's either gonna fit my bottom and not fit my top, or it's gonna fit my top and not fit my bottom. So
Yeah, I'm
you
sure
need
they
a
won't
total.
mind if it don't fit the bottom.
They might. You might want like leave something to the imagination. Like I
Yeah, no
can't.
imagination.
It's either gonna fit these little itty bitty teeny tomatoes up there, or it's gonna fit this
Give bite.
one of the other. So, today we're joined by a very special guest. Her name is Miss Whitney. She's already said hi, all that kind of good stuff. So, Miss Whitney has a OnlyFans page, which is something that I have been interested in. I have like so many questions, like how do you start it, and all that good kind of stuff. And a lot of people have these same questions. I always see on my timeline how people are like, I just want to go ahead and start me on OnlyFans, but then they're like, they don't know how to, and all that kind of good stuff. So we got somebody here, and we're gonna get some of y'all's questions answered. So first, I want to ask, how did you get started with your OnlyFans?
It's kind of a really sad story. I'm not even gonna lie. I was pregnant with Holton, and if you're friends with me on Facebook, and I'm sure some people who are friends with me already know, he left me while I was pregnant for another woman. And 2 weeks later, the pandemic really hit, and I was laid off of my job as an assistant GM of a very big hotel because I was pregnant, and I was a liability. They didn't tell me that was why, but they sent out a mass text saying that my health was a concern. And North Carolina is an at-will state, which means I would have to have hard evidence to prove that that was their intentions. But I got unemployment for a little bit, so I mean it helped out. But there was about, I want to say, a 9-week period of where I had no income, and I had a car payment, I had groceries, I had bills that were piling up. And I used to joke and talk really ugly about girls who done OnlyFans because Holton's dad would subscribe, and I felt like it was a betrayal almost for him to pay money to these girls. And and then I started doing it because I needed the money, and it was empowering. It's a different type of power when you have the ability to control a man like that.
Yes, I know that's right. So, what exactly do you do on your OnlyFans? Like, do you just take pictures, do videos?
So my OnlyFans feed is strictly just my nude photos. And it's only, usually it'll be, sometimes I'll do lingerie or my whole body. Mostly I focus it on my boobs because they have been a very big wonder. Every time someone meets me, they're like, I just want to see your boobs one time. I just want to see your boobs. And so I capitalized on that. And, I used that to my benefit. And so I do a feed of just photos. And then how I have my OnlyFans set up is at the beginning of your subscription, once you subscribe, you get a free video of me in the shower. And then I send out a message saying, hey, you know, this is my price list. This is what I offer. If you have anything that you would like, you know, this is extra. And then I make a lot of money off of messages because I'll send out videos that I've taken of myself that are, you know, a minute or 2 minutes that I've spliced together. And I charge, you know, $5 or $10, but that $5 or $10 on top of my $15 subscription fee adds up.
Right.
Yeah. You answered my next question. Wow. Go
So how
ahead.
do people find you on OnlyFans? I know that ain't on the question list, but how do you get subscribers or whatever?
I one of the things that I had promised myself is that I would not push my OnlyFans on people. I kind of just leave little hints all over my social media. I had a 26,000 follower on TikTok. Like I had a mass following. And my page got taken down because Holton's dad kept harassing me on it and like reporting it. Now I have another page and I have 11,000. And so that's one way. Instagram's another way. Tinder and Reddit and Bumble, any dating app where there's like any sort of any of that, I literally just leave in my bio. If you've seen my OnlyFans, I'm sorry. And it's like an instant
it draws you in.
Yeah, it's a conversation starter. It's not like, you know, hey, I have an OnlyFans, click this link right here, click, you know. And that's where a lot of girls have gone wrong with advertising. And I've tried to explain it to, you know, a lot of them. You can't get followers if you're constantly harassing people.
Right.
They just be intrigued. They're like, OnlyFans, what? Let me click on this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's the craziest request you done had?
I don't know, because I don't consider anything crazy anymore.
Right. I know that's right.
Probably one of the most like fun, like one of the funnest I've had, like I just had so much fun doing, and this is going to sound really weird, was feederism is a kink. And it's where men and women, and, you know, non-bi, whatever your gender you consider yourself, they get off on watching you eat.
Yeah, and capitalize off of that.
Yeah, so someone paid me $75 for a 5-minute video of me eating a burger from McDonald's and letting the juice drip all over me with my shirt pulled up, and like he could see my belly, and he would just want me to jiggle my belly. And for 5 minutes for $75 for me to eat something I'm already gonna eat.
Right. Let's do it.
If anybody wants to see me eat tacos, just hit me up. Let me know.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
you might see an orgasm.
And I will say, one of the things that I kind of wasn't comfortable with at first was when men would talk about me pegging them. And if you don't know what pegging is, it's, you know, where a woman wears a strap on and you know, goes to town. And then you know, you don't have to be into it, because I look at it like this. I didn't like my 9-to-5 job.
Right, but you did it.
Right, but I did it. And you know, you can send messages back and forth, and I have capitalized off men who wanted me to peg them, because I have sent them videos of me talking about how I would do it. And I have went as far as to buy sex toys off Amazon, and I would put them on over my clothes. They don't want you to be naked. You don't have to be naked to have an OnlyFans. And I feel like that's where a lot of people get really confused, is they're like, that's porn. It's porn. You're doing porn. I'm not doing porn. I'm out here making money off people's weird, dark secrets that they don't feel comfortable telling their significant other because they're afraid they're going to be judged. So they come to me.
Right.
Because my whole thing is it's a judgment-free place. And I stand by that because there are a lot of girls on OnlyFans, and I've had multiple people, men and women both, tell me, hey, I subscribed to this person. They said they would do this, but then when you got to talking to them about it, they were really ugly because they just didn't want to do it and they weren't comfortable. And you can't market that you're going to do that.
Right. And then you're not comfortable with doing it.
Right.
False advertisement.
Right. Yeah. I can imagine because a lot of people just sign up for it like out the thrill of it, and they don't actually go out and do the research to realize like the different fetishes and kinks and stuff that's out there. It's a lot of fetishes and kinks out there that people don't talk about, don't even know about.
Right.
In the last year, I've learned about a lot of kinks and fetishes, and some of the stuff I'm like, whoo, child, like crazy. Like, I mean, I was telling some people, I was like, kink or fetish that I know a lot of people probably don't believe is what is it, financial dominance, where you like make somebody give you their money and you mean to them and fuss them out, like you never ask them how their day is and all that kind of stuff, and they send you money off of you being with them or you making them give you money. Have you experienced anything like that?
I have quite a few that I talk to daily, and there's different types of being a femdom. Some women, they get off taking all of your money. However, I grew up in poverty, and so I make them calculate their finances before I even agree to do it, what they are paying in bills, and they send me a list, and then I take 68% of what is left over, because
that's
people it is a big chunk, but there are women out here who are taking
all people money,
like 120% of someone's income, and they're scraping by just to live because they can't just say no because of how they work.
Right.
And so I've always been like, hey, you might have an emergency, blah 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 blah, and then if I want something and I've already taken their money, usually I'll just be like, I want this and you're gonna buy it for me, and they have it delivered.
Child, let me set up my page tonight.
Listen. You don't even have to set up an OnlyFans page.
No, yeah, I know.
You can go to Reddit and search femdom, and there are piggies sitting there waiting to just.
Is that a term?
Yeah.
Piggies? Is that a okay?
Pay pigs. They're called pay pigs.
Yeah. I thought I asked. I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and I just call them piggies because I feel like pay pigs is just ugh. Like, and some people, they like to, use proper terminology. I don't, it's just not, I don't like that word, but I do get off emotionally taking someone's money because, like today, I had a very stressful day today, and I had to text 3 of my clients. That's what I call them. I don't refer to them as anything else. They know that. This is strictly business. This is not emotional. This is not physical. This is business.
Right.
And I had to text 3 of them this morning, and I was like, you pissed me off. And like just going off on all 3 of them. And one of the nice thing is I tend to make sure that all 3 are kind of similar, or all of them are similar, because it keeps it easier to keep up with who's what and, what they're doing and blah, 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 blah. And I have a sheet of paper on each person that I keep up with significant details that I need to know, so that, I have a reference sheet.
Right.
because you have to be careful.
So do they have, like, whenever you send that out, was they like, what did I do? Or were they like, what's wrong? What can I do to help you?
They're usually like, but I'm called mistress or madam.
Mm-hmm.
And they're usually like, I'm so sorry, mistress. I'm so sorry. And they automatically know, based off keywords, that they need to deposit money into my account.
Oh.
Can
I get that with my husband?
What are these key words that you're
using?
Like one of the, like, I give them safe words, because it's always very important, no matter what kink you're in, that you have a safe word. Because if they're uncomfortable with something, I want them to be able to, tell me, hey, this isn't okay, I don't like this anymore. And all they have to send me, most of them have the same safe word, and I use pineapple because it's just easy and it's out of the blue. And if someone texts me pineapple, I'm gonna be like, okay, it's an attention grabber.
Right.
But if I say, for instance, I'm ill, if I say I'm ill, that means that there's nothing that you're going to say, you need to pay me immediately. I want money in my account right now. If I say it's just been a very, 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 very rough day, that means I'm willing to talk to you. But not so much. And sometimes I do get very mean. I mean, I have made men cry.
So do you ever feel bad?
No.
She was like,
no.
Absolutely
no.
We ain't in this business for feelings, okay?
I know that's right.
And, it's so funny because someone was talking about, my business, because I'm very open about my business. I talk openly about everything that I believe in. And someone was like, you get to know you on the real you, and they wouldn't even know who the hell you were because you ain't even this mean in real life. And I'm like, well,
right.
Hey, it's a show. They're paying for a show.
I know that's right. Which is, I mean, strippers, they do that. Like, they get paid for their show.
Right.
So what is it about being a dom that intrigues you?
When I was 18, I had no idea about, fetishes. I grew up in a very small town, very, very Southern. You went to church, you didn't have sex until you're married, blah, 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 blah. And so I met this older man. He was 27 and I was 18. And he had, introduced me into being a submissive. And I didn't like that. I knew almost instantly that I didn't like that. I didn't like being told what to do. I wanted to tell somebody what to do. And so I've been in like sex work for quite some time. I've just never openly talked about it because when I was younger, I was very scared of how people would perceive me.
Right.
And now I don't care.
I know, fuck them.
I don't.
You're right.
So I think for me, it's just, it's like getting in a warm bath when you're freezing cold and you're just cold to the core, and then you start to warm up and you start to feel a little tingly and you got bubbles. Like, it is the most relaxing thing that I can do because it's like breaking a plate. You get to take out all your anger, all your aggression, all your pain on someone who doesn't even know why you're talking about it. So you don't actually have to talk about why you feel that way.
Right.
And then you're just, being ugly, and they're apologizing to you, and it makes you feel, a certain way.
Empowering.
Right.
Empower.
Yeah.
Taking back my womanhood. I know that's right, girl.
So does
Yeah.
being on OnlyFans affect any like relationships as far as your family, friends, or if you want to be in a relationship with a guy, like does it affect any of that?
My family, but when I started my OnlyFans, I made sure that my family knew. My grandparents know, my mom knows, my aunt knows, all my stuff, like everyone knows. They don't know exactly what I do, but they do know, that, hey, she has an OnlyFans, because I didn't want someone to leak or run and tell and my family be very upset. So I told them point blank, some men don't like it. They see it as being trashy. You're a whore, you're prostituting yourself, you're selling yourself. And every man who's ever said that to me, I looked right at them, or I've texted them back and I've been like, but if I sent you my nudes for free right now, you would not say that.
Facts.
The only difference is I'm getting paid for someone to look at me because they think that I'm worth. And $15 is quite a bit of money on OnlyFans. Most girls have $6-7 prices, but I feel like I'm worth more than that.
I know that's right. Because I was actually a little shocked whenever you said 15, because most people, whenever I hear it, theirs is like $5.99 or something like that.
So
like
a lot of those girls who have $5.99, what they do is they do $5.99, and you can set the time limit on that. So they'll do $5.99 for 7, 10, 15 days, 14 days, long enough for you to get roped in. And then they'll, cut off your subscription and send you with a new one, and it's way higher. They're normal. So they're discounting it, and it's a whole scheme. But I've always told myself I wouldn't do that. If I'll run specials and I'll do like 25-35% off, but I'm not going to drop my price down to $5 to get followers. If I have to drop down to $5, I need to quit. Because there's a lot of like fees and stuff that people don't understand about OnlyFans. And so a $5 subscription isn't worth it.
So like y'all actually get like a 1099 or something like that?
Yep. So every person who starts an OnlyFans, I start with you have to pay taxes on that money. Do you know that? And if you don't want to pay taxes on that money, you don't need to do it. And I tell everyone that they need to take out 20% of what they've made. And that's just to cover basics. That's not, counting dependents or anything like that on taxes. But 20% is what you should take out, because that covers federal, state. If you have to pay Medicaid in, because it's a 1099, you pay Medicaid. It's just, and then on top of that, not only do you have to pay taxes, OnlyFans takes out a fee.
Oh, wow.
So I think it's a base, and it's, I want to say $2. So it's $3. So my subscription is $15, but I only make $12.
So the people that's charging $5 is hell no.
Right.
And that's why I said for you to charge $5, it's not worth it. You're not making
nothing.
If you're getting like hundreds of subscribers, it may be then. But you're cycling through so many subscribers that it's not worth it. Now my price wasn't always 15. I started at 10, and then I went up to 12, and then I went up to 15, because I tried to fill out and weed out people who were just, there just to see what what the small town girl had posted on her own. That kind of weeds out people, the weirdos, as I call them.
Right.
It keeps me safe, and it keeps, my kids safe. For one, it keeps my family safe. And so that's one of the reasons why I also don't drop my price list, because it's not worth it to me.
I know that's right. And if they want it, they'll pay for it.
Right.
So is there, go ahead. No, because I was going to switch the topic, so go ahead.
Oh, so I was going to say, is this your OnlyFans your main job, or do you have something you do during the day?
Does being a mom count?
Yes.
Totally.
I don't mind talking money. I've always openly told people how much I made realistically. I make about $4,500 a month from OnlyFans, and from so
I thought she about to say 450. Okay.
No. $4,500. I make $4,500 a month from OnlyFans and from Cash App and Facebook Pay. Like, basically, I've calculated it up. I make enough that I don't have to go back to work.
Yeah, you don't.
Ooh, I have
Chastity, when you start yours up so we can have some fun with this podcast.
I'm serious. Like I'm serious. I told my grandma, I was like, I'm thinking about going to getting a job. I'm kind of bored at home. And she was like, well, just pay a babysitter and go do what you want. And I was like,
Grandma's
smart. Yeah. And she, it's there. I have reaped some of the benefits of making that kind of money. I have 2 cars. They're both in my name. I'm a single mom. My daughter gets to get, $200-$300 worth of clothes every 2 months from boutiques. My son there's benefits to it that I never realized were, we live a very comfortable and modest life. So, it's nice to have spending money, and then some of it goes back because I plan to put enough back that I can build me a house and pay it off all at one time
with no problem.
Right. I mean, if you get into it and you're smart about it and you do what you're supposed to and you work at it, because it is a full-time job. People need to understand that. It's not something that you go in and you do once a week and you're like, hey, like right now I'm not making, I made my money on OnlyFans for most of the month that I want to make. So right now I'm not even making or on OnlyFans this week. I've been on, Tinder, Seeking Arrangement. That's another one. My Girl Fund. That's another one. Snapchat, talking to all these people, collecting money that I have gotten from my OnlyFans, but they don't want to pay that. They'd rather pay me directly. So you reap some of the benefits.
Yeah. Shoot, can you have an account with no face?
Yeah.
It's very hard.
Got this one dimple on my right thigh, and it's really cute. Whenever I walk, it could go, hey. I wonder if I can market that.
I cannot.
I think I can market that. They're like, y'all need to go see Dimple right cheek. That's what I can't. Dimple. Okay, so I was gonna ask, is there any requests that you haven't had that you would be interested in?
I'm not really sure, because I haven't really, there's so much that I have done already that I just feel like, anything else is going to be like,
Walking apart.
So I mean, I don't know, because there's not really anything that intrigues me. like, you know, feederism, that's a big thing right now. And I make quite a bit of money from that.
Oh, feederism. Okay.
Yeah.
What is that? Sorry for the ignorant.
Where you eat.
Oh, what you was talking about. Oh, I thought you said something else. Okay.
And people, you know, people take it as, you know, like you have to gain excessive amounts of weight, but it's kind of a game, you know. I've done it like this. I have taken videos of myself getting on and off the scale when I was lower weight. And I've taken videos of myself getting on and off the scale as I go up, because they get off that. And as I go up, you know, I'm not even actually doing what they're asking. It's just pre-recorded.
Right.
And so that feederism is the easiest and the funnest, because I can just eat normally. And they're like, oh my God. You know, they go nuts. And you eat little Debbie cakes, and they're like, oh my God. Like I have heard some crazy stuff about it. And, you know, I don't know. I don't know if there's anything else I would want to do.
Looking for that perfect look but also want to pay the perfect price? Check out Sale Dress. Sale Dress is an international online fashion clothing store who mainly focus on providing women's apparel and accessories at the most competitive prices. So if you're looking for an everyday look, a club look, or that perfect Sunday dress, check out Sale Dress at www.saledress.com. And guess what? For our OP listeners, you can get 10% off all purchases with the special promo code OP20. That is OP20. Thanks, Sale Dress, for sponsoring our podcast.
Is there something that is completely off the table?
There are some men, and I've never talked about this because I don't want women to feel, you know, scared, but there are men who get off on you talking about raping them, or them raping you, or, you know, and I'm just not comfortable with that. And there's a really big community that people don't know about, because it's such a taboo subject.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I'm in a couple of groups on Facebook for OnlyFans promoters, and that's a big one. Or they want you to do drugs, or they want you to smoke cigarettes, or they want you to, like, those things like that I'm not okay with, because I feel like I shouldn't be doing crazy activities.
Right. Yeah.
So those are a big hard no.
You know, I was reading something, it's been a while back, and it was a lady. She was asking a question, and she was asking, was it crazy that she wanted like somebody to come in and rape her? Like she wanted it to be somebody that she knew, or you know what? I feel like she wanted to pay somebody to send somebody there.
Yeah.
And they break into her house and rape her.
Yeah.
And I was like, what in the world? So then I went and researched, because I'm nosy, and and then I realized that it is a whole community out there that enjoys that type of stuff.
And they have parties where and I didn't know this until like the last 6 months, but there's these parties specifically for that kink or fetish, whatever you want to call it. And they put women in each separate rooms of the house. They run out these big lavish houses, and men go in there and rape them or gang rape them, or, you know, and that was very shocking to me. Yeah. I mean, like, I could not imagine,
right,
you know, getting off on that. That would make me like sick to my stomach.
Yeah. And, you know, I don't like over the past year, once I've been learning all these different things, I got to a point where I was like, I don't want to kink shame anybody for their kinks,
right?
Fetishes, whatever they enjoy. But that right there kind of it kind of weirded me out, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna shame. Like, that's just.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say I'm ashamed, but it's just something that just grosses me out.
It's just too much for me.
Yeah, most definitely.
It's like scat play. Scat play is too much for me.
Oh yes, you remember scat play? Sunshine, corpophilia, shit.
Oh yeah, no. It's too many diseases we don't know about. I good. I am good. Okay.
Ain't even that. Just think if you ate corn and then pooped on somebody, and
then corn don't digest the way it's supposed to.
Oh.
And you never know how it's gonna come out. You don't know if it's gonna be hard. You're gonna be constipated. That ain't sexy. Or if it's gonna just come running out. You done shot it in their mouth. Then what? No, I'm right. Good.
It's funny you said that because I'm in an OnlyFans group on Facebook, and this girl was talking about this man paid her, $1,200. And I mean, for $1,200, I might do something. I don't know. He paid her $1,200 for her to poop on her boyfriend, to literally take a shit on her boyfriend. And they didn't think it through. And she was like lactose intolerant and had drank milk. And said she posted in the group, telling about it. And she said that she had diarrhea and literally had the runs all over him. And she said it came out like a faucet. And she said it got in his eyes, and he had to go to the emergency room and ended up with pink eye.
Oh God, I would die.
And I remember reading that, and I was like, I've done a lot of things, but I ain't never had pink eye because I got poop in my eyes. And if he got it in his eyes, it probably went up his nose and in his mouth, and just you can get E. coli and stuff from.
Hey. Your nose is like the vessel to your whole body.
I don't know that way. He had pink eye, and I think after that, she said she had to close her OnlyFans down.
So I wonder when they still together.
He said, "No, I'm sticking to shit."
No,
literally.
Probably never got engaged, and she's gonna tell that story to her next boyfriend, and he's gonna run for the hills too.
I wouldn't have told nobody. You hear me? Nobody.
And she told the whole Facebook community, and they screenshotted it.
Right. I'm surprised I didn't see nothing like that in my crazy groups.
I need to find that screenshot.
You'll be on the floor like I was.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. All right. So where would you like to give out your information on where people can find you?
So my TikTok is Whitney Coley XOXO. I keep people off my Facebook. That's personal because of my kids and their safety. So I don't give out my Facebook. My Instagram is Whitney Aaron XO. My OnlyFans is onlyfans.com/weepingwillow. And I go by Willow on there. And that's just a code name, again, to separate my personal life from OnlyFans. I have Twitter. It's the same. My Snapchat is Whitney Aaron XOXO. It's literally the same. You literally can find me if you typed in Whitney Aaron XO.
Exactly.
Yeah, so they can find me. They can message me. I used to have TikToks on how to make an OnlyFans and what to do and what not to do, and I haven't re-uploaded them to the new one. And when I've thought about making a Facebook page or a group on, the do's and don'ts, because it seems to be a popular question I get here lately.
It is, because once I found out that you had an OnlyFans, I think I stalked you. I was like,
and it's so funny as people say that, they'll be like, "You have an OnlyFans?" And I'll be like, "Yeah." And they'll be like, "Well, you don't post about it." And I'm like, I don't have to post about it.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Because like if I look at it like this, right? All right. So I have a link tree on my TikTok. You find me on TikTok, you click my link tree, it pulls up my Instagram, my Snapchat, my Cash App, and my OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a referral link on there that if you want to sign up for OnlyFans underneath me and get approved faster, you can do that. So you find my Instagram. You've already seen my OnlyFans on the link tree. Then you go to my Instagram, and in my bio of my Instagram is again the OnlyFans link.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's repetitive. And then sometimes I'll post on my story, click the link in my bio, and I don't tell you what the link is. And then some dummy goes and clicks on my profile, and then he sees the link.
I'm the dummy.
Oh, titties.
This one guy subscribed, and he said, I thought your titties were big. But he said, girl, I know that back be hard to carry that load. You need a whole dump truck. And I was like, I asked for a dump truck in the back, and God gave me a dump truck in the front.
Right. That part. Well, we'll definitely get your information in the end of this video. So for folks who are watching or listening, you can get her information at the end. So thank you so much for all that wonderful information.
Yeah, a lot.
Used to have the OnlyFans my pre-marriage,
There's some married people on there.
Hey, there's a lot of married people on there.
You know what fetish should be on there if I got on there? The kind where people want to see people die. That'd be on there. Because my husband would kill me. Okay.
Y'all subscribe to my friends OnlyFans.
He'd be like, you came to the wrong OnlyFans.
Right. Exactly. He'd be stalking
y'all
for
do
real.
like corny stuff. You'd be like, ooh, like this. He'd be like, you better put those titties back up before I shoot you.
No. This is not the 60s. This is not 80s porn, okay?
I'm gonna write out a whole script and I'm gonna send it to y'all.
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead. Look, hey, Amazon has those little real hair mustaches. My son was asking for them the other day. You go ahead and get him one of those and make him a real 80s porno stash.
Oh man, this guy had a porno music.
I'll be in the back doing the porno music.
Get you a red velvet room at one of those swanky motels.
Yeah, and I'd be like, boom, 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 boom. You like, put those titties up, gal.
You know what? Thank you. So for the last part of our podcast, we're gonna go to the audacity. I'm not listening to Chastity. Audacity. So first, I'm going to show this video. I can't.
I like my idea. I'll send the script.
Okay.
I'd like to know you better, and I'd like to see you
That's
again. That's how adults date. They don't use Tinder to date. They use Tinder to
Okay,
fuck.
then in your bio, you need to say, hey, I'm just trying to fuck.
If you say that, you're not going to get any Tinder matchups.
But you're up front and you don't pull girls back to your apartment and then get shitty when they don't sleep with you.
Fair, but I'm telling you, this is how it works.
This is literally toxic masculinity.
It's not. It's
toxic.
Fucking reality. Wake up. I'm trying to help you.
Are you?
Yes. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to save you from any more of this.
This doesn't hurt me. I'm learning a lot, actually.
I know. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help.
Thank you for your knowledge.
I'm not trying to be some jackass guy like mansplains things. I'm just trying to help
that is what you're doing.
No. It sounds like that, but you need to wait.
So just to give a little bit of background. So this girl name is Madison, and she's a 25-year-old from Indiana. She decided to meet up with a man that she's been talking to for about 3 weeks on Tinder. She said he was supposed to take her to dinner, but then changed the plan once they got together and decided to just go back to his house and watch a movie. So she then stated that once they was at his place, he kept trying to push alcohol on her to tell her to drink alcohol. So she got uncomfortable and decided to call an Uber so she could leave. While she was waiting for the car to arrive, her date got super angry, and the two had this infuriating conversation that she then posted on TikTok. So he was saying, people are only on Tinder to have sex. If you didn't want planning on having it, you don't need to be on Tinder. That's pretty much what he said. So, what you think? Especially you, Whitney? Oh, well, both of y'all on Tinder, right? I don't know nothing about Tinder, but is most of the people on Tinder just there to have sex?
No. No.
It's like a true dating app, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, coming from someone who lived the past 6 years near Camp Lejeune and Cherry Point, where, it's marine infested, I'd say that Tinder is actually for dating. I met Holton's dad on there. He was a Marine, and like we dated for a year. I mean, it wasn't just like, hey, we're gonna fuck. And
Right.
I feel so sorry for her because she had genuine intentions, and this man was trying to take advantage of her. Right. And it's sad that she had to feel like she had to record herself because she was afraid. And that's why she was really recording herself. It wasn't because she wanted to catch what he was saying. It's because she was afraid that he was going to do something to her.
Right. And there's no telling like how many other females that he done got back there and filled up with alcohol and get what he wanted out of it.
Right. And there's no telling what he might have put in the alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And the thing that really did make sense to me is y'all can see y'all reacted is like she's saying, well, if that's all you want, just go ahead and put it in your bio. I'm just here to have sex, which people do.
Right.
And he was like, if I did that, I wouldn't get nobody. What duh? I'm
not gonna say what because go ahead.
No, go ahead, Jess.
It's a lot of people that have that in their bios, and I honestly think that they be getting the butt, or they be getting the sex that they want off of saying that that's what they want. Men, just as equally as women, sometimes only want sex. It's not just men that just want sex. Women just want sex sometimes. So I think that it's possible. They are able to put that as their profile or on their profile, bio, whatever, and get somebody. Like,
yeah, men just need to be up front, man. And for her to even feel comfortable to go to her house, that mean the conversation that they was having was nowhere sexual. That mean y'all was really getting to know each other.
Right.
So why go through all that work if you were just wanting them to have sex?
3 weeks. 3 weeks. 3 weeks of conversation. And I guarantee, like, and as a woman who's been on Tinder, who's been like, hey, I know, this isn't normal, but I don't want to date you. I just want to fuck you.
Right.
I mean, like, point blank, that what he was saying was a lie. He is a predator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is predatorial behavior. Anyone to lure someone, because, you said what caught me was he was going to take her to dinner, and then she got there and he felt like, he had her under his grip, that he changed the plans because if she Ubered home, she had no car.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a scary situation to be in.
Yeah, she shouldn't have been in this man's house if she didn't know after no 3 weeks. But I mean, we all done been dumb anyway and done some dumb stuff like that. But come on, man. But then to say, people only on Tinder for sex, but if I put it in my bio, nobody won't come on, dude, get it
right.
together.
Just put your and it, you know what? It probably wasn't even that he didn't want to. He just wanted to have sex. What it was is he liked her. He liked her photos. He liked her texts, because any man that's just wanting to fuck is not going to talk to you for 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
No, that's he liked her.
I know some pretty ratchet dudes out there. Just saying.
Okay, listen.
I know people who done stayed with somebody for 3 months just to get the virginity off of them, and then once they did that, they was out.
Listen, that boy was probably like a late 20s, college, just out of college, living in an apartment over there in a college complex. Guarantee you, because that looked like an apartment. Mm-hmm. And his intentions were, he might date this girl. And then what happened, and this happens more times than I can count, is you get there and they're like, well, you don't look like your photos. Motherfucker, I do look like my photos. You just stupid ass blind.
And he probably, that's why he can't put that he just wants sex on his Tinder, because he probably ain't even cute enough for people to be like, oh yeah, I'll
right.
just
right.
That part. She probably was there for your personality. Okay.
What? Because of your looks.
And clearly his personality wasn't winning either. So he got he got tiny penis gang. That's just how I feel about it. Small dick energy.
All right, so thank you so much, Whitney, for joining us this week. We really enjoyed learning all that good. Well, I probably learned. Chastity probably already knew all this stuff. But we enjoyed learning all that good information. Thank you so much for joining us. To anyone else who's out there in the OnlyFans world and want to be a part of our podcast, please let us know. Thank you. Tune in to us on all outlets: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, etc. All of our information is public. And thank you for listening to Occasionally Posh. Bye-bye.
Peace.